So this concept was actually requested, and it took a little bit for my divine nature to come through and do a video on this. So this is actually going to be in regards to channeling within meditation. So I really don't know what's going to come out, but I've experienced this before. So channeling within meditation is really interesting. So being present is the most important thing. We as human beings, we have an identity of a physical form. And 99% of the world out there, they see their physical form as their identity. And whenever they're present, it means, hey, you're present means, let's say you're going to go to a party, okay? Well, you're going to be present because your physical form is present. But that's not really the way. We're more than that. We're way more than that and beyond that, okay? So your physical identity is something that you created over time, you being in this plane of existence, and other people responding to what you want to create within your physical identity, reacting to that identity. So that's a couple of different things. So being present is much different than having a presence. Okay, so bear with me here. So being present in our, vocabulary is, hey, I'm here right now, which is extremely important. So whenever you're in your meditation, your breathing, heightening your energies, it's really important. Getting your energy levels extremely heightened, doing the right tones to get you into the blissful state of being your true presence, or having your presence within you come outward. Maybe like you've heard before, two become one. Your true divine you becomes one with this physical body in this physical form. So being present, having a presence, that's the first place in really to start the channeling process. So depending on who you want to channel, well, that's different. But presence, being present and having a presence of who you are is the first step. So once you have your breathing, you have your heightened energies, you do the correct tones to get your mind in no thoughts. If a thought crosses your mind, imagine it, picture it, being on the billboard and just drifting away. Okay, because that's really the most important thing if you're having some issues you have thoughts. But if you do your breathing and your tones and then focus on a tone that comes in within your inner being, that will help you become a presence instead of being present in a physical form. So once you become a presence, there's no thought and you're just in a blissful ecstasy. Now you can picture the person you want to channel. Picture that person within your mind. The more detail and the more information within that detailed picture you can have, maybe you can hear the sound of their voice, you can picture the interaction that you have with each other within your mind's eye. You having your third eye open helps even more dramatically because it's going to heighten your energies. It's going to heighten, whenever you have your third eye open, your energy levels are already heightened, your vibrations are already at a heightened level. So that's really important to have. So if you have your third eye open, it's easier to do these channeling because your energies and vibrations are higher. So it's easy to track everything in your life. So you're just basically channeling somebody, it's attracting that somebody, you're getting that attention of somebody in a different way. So once you become a presence, which that's what you are, you're not your physical presence, your way larger presence, because you are God. I am God and so are you, like I say in my book, that I have a link below about my full Kundalini experience. You are a presence. You are everything. You are God. You are connected with everything. Once you have that realization, now you can picture that person in your mind. It could be alive within your current reality now. They could be physically dead within your current reality. because there is no death. That's an illusion. There is no death. It's just a transition, because you are not this physical body. You are not this physical mind. You are the presence. Okay? Think about that. That's important as well. Once you become the presence, you can visualize the one that you want to channel. And this is the tricky part when it comes to here. When you start to picture that person, stay present within your presence, if that makes sense. Because it's easy for the mind to go wild and start creating pictures and start creating different delusions of grandeur, of, hey, I'm starting to picture this person, I'm starting to look at this person, and I'm starting to create something out of my own mind, which is an ego. That's not what you want to do, and it's very easy to go wrong with that. Once you start to feel the presence of your presence, things start to change. It takes some practice. As you can see, this takes some practice. If you need some help, let me know, and I can guide you through the process, okay? But if they're alive, a lot of times you can have different call signs. Different gurus have different mantras that you can say that goes along with easier to channeling that person. And maybe they have different times during the day, different time zones, different times that they will be a presence. So whenever you're a presence and they are a presence, and you do that mantra when you're in that state, it attracts that presence to connect one with your presence, to be able to have that channeling experience and have that communication. Now, taking it even further, if you want to channel somebody while they're alive still and they're physically dead, that's possible too. That's real time travel. And that's really interesting, because as we know time now, time is illusion as people know it. The time in your watch, I keep a watch, but I screwed up the time because the time is illusion. It makes no difference. I do it because I like the way it looks. It's fun for me. So, but whenever you connect, knowing that everything is happening now, period. Well, whenever you, let's say for an example, let's say you're in the United States and you call Australia. They're in a different time zone. Let's say you call somebody that's 6 hours ahead of you. You're on the phone with them. Whenever you say hello, does it take them 6 hours to say hello back? Or is it instantaneous? They're just in a different perception of time than you are, because it doesn't matter. So if you take that a little bit further and say, hey, I want to contact somebody that their experience is 20 years ago. Well, it's just a different channel. It's a different time of a reality. Just like 6 hours ahead. 6 hours is no different than a year. And 1 year is no different than 20 years, from 100 years, from 1,000 years. It makes no difference, because everything is happening now. 6 hours right now from you. Different perception of time. So when you understand that and you're going through your presence, there's a lot of things that you need to understand, okay? If you want to know more about the whole time, now, presence, and that type of thing, let me know, and I can probably do videos on each type of subject, depending on what you want to see, and what my inner being, how it wants to perceive it out as well. So, I know that may be really confusing to a lot of people, and it may actually get a lot of people upset because they don't want to have people know this is real, and how the real perception of time is, but come on, it's kind of obvious whenever you think about it. We live in different time zones in our world and reality now. Time zones are no different from 1 hour to 20 years. It's just a different perception of somebody else's reality as they're experiencing it right now. That's it. So as you're channeling, have that understanding and have that perception of what is happening, what is really true, okay? There's some inner growth that needs to happen before you can do that on different levels, okay? But the most important thing, uplifting your energies, having the right tone to set your DNA, your physical DNA, to a point to where you can be a presence instead of being present. And then knowing the true realities and heightening your perceptions of what's possible and who you want to picture connecting with. Well, then the rest is whatever you want to have, how you want to experience it. That's it. So I hope this answered some questions. I hope this got you to another perception of level of knowledge, got you into another area of insights. If you want to know more about something specific that I spoke about, we can talk. We can make probably 100, maybe 10 or 15, 100 videos about each specific little detail within this concept. This truth, this actual, one thing to understand. These things that I'm talking about are real. These are real things. These are not ideas. These are not concepts. These are real, actual technologies and experiences as I've actually experienced and experience on levels all the time. Why do you think Nikola Tesla was able to, speak with his physically dead friend, Mark Twain, all the time in his older years? Well, he knew the vibrations and frequencies. That's what made him famous. This is the same exact concept. It's the same exact thing that he was talking about. This is real. That's it. So I hope this found you well. If you liked it, let me know. I guess you're supposed to hit the like button, subscribe to the videos so we can increase the awareness of people finding these types of videos, so people really know the truth in the search engine, so we can help more people find these types of videos, because these videos that I do are uncut, are real, documented. That's it, from real experiences, real knowledge, real stuff, not just ideas that are mystical ideas. These are real, truthful things that are happening in the world now. So, be love, be true, be your true divine you, as you are God, I am God, everything is. Love you guys, be divine.